Hello YouTube, my name is Sly. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy this reaction. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Without further ado, here we go.
Anyway, this is by Clownfish TV, right? And they're going to discuss what Marvel did to the Black Panther. Apparently, they race swapped the Black Panther. So we're going to check that out first. And let's see what they had to say about it. That'd be interesting. So here we go.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This
Hey,
is Neon.
Neo.
I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hi, Gigi.
And my God, they did it. Marvel actually did it. The next Black Panther is a white guy.
Yeah, it's not Ryan
Oh,
Gosling.
no.
Don't worry.
Not Ryan Gosling, but now they can cast him in the movie and it's okay, right? It's
Well,
totally
no.
fine if they do that.
Is the character Ginger?
No.
If it was Ginger, it was fine because they're basically the same thing.
Basically the same thing. Yeah, I am amazed that this has happened. And again, this has been a meme. This has been a meme for a couple of years now about Marvel race swapping characters. Like they wouldn't dare give the mantle of the Black Panther to a white guy. And they did it. They effing did it. Unbelievable. So we're going to talk about
And
this.
we're sure.
Yeah, this is actually.
Well, first we had them race swapping the partial magic folks in the new Harry Potter series. Now we got Marvel Disney race swapping the Black Panther. I mean, I'm sure it could work, but considering that's like a whole culture thing, I don't know exactly how it would work, but I guess we'll find out.
Actually from the comic. I had somebody reach out. I don't want to get them in trouble, so you know who you are. I had somebody reach out to me a couple of days ago. They got the review copy and they said, "You're not going to believe what happens in this comic. There's a new Black Panther and he's white." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that is not going to go well." And I don't think
Well, pal, they already have like a red version of the Hulk, I believe, so blue's not that far off.
Blue Sky has had time to process this yet as of the recording of the video. So we're going to talk about it. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, you'll get a woohoo if you do.
Woohoo!
Woo!
I mean, I guess turnabout's fair play, right? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, what can they say? Like, it was okay when you like race swapped every other character, and you could do it with Gingers because they're pretty much the same thing. And it was, if you didn't like it, it's because you're a bad person. And they argue it was a cultural difference or all the other stuff. They could do it because they were culturally insignificant. This one actually is kind of culturally significant. But if you can race swap, British queens, then you can race swap the Black Panther, I guess.
well, maybe that's how they're hoping to get a pass for this. Maybe they're like, okay, well, we're gonna make the Black Panther white guy briefly, and then now we get a pass to race swap every other character. I'm like, well, you know what?
I just think it's funny because like whenever time they do a Ginger, they do like, we got another one, ha 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 ha. And if people would say we got one, they'll probably get mad. So
Yeah, the funny thing about this though is that the Black Panther was popular with everybody. I mean, you don't make $1 billion plus at the box office unless a lot of people like this character. And I remember a convention we went to about the time that Civil War came out, and I still this day it stuck out in my mind because I thought it was very, very.
Well, let's not forget, Marvel's done race swapped one of their characters. That was Captain America. So them going the other way really isn't all that surprising, I don't think. Just different metricon, I guess.
Very cool. We had a couple little kids dressed up as their favorite Marvel superheroes, and there was a little black boy dressed up as Peter Parker Spider-Man, not Miles Morales, but Peter Parker, and his friend was a little blonde boy dressed up like Black Panther.
I know when I did face painting at the local park one year for a event, they had a little boy he wanted Black Panther. Because little white boy loved Black Panther, thought Black Panther was the best thing ever. Because it's we see Disney princesses all the time too. We go to the parks. Well, we used to go a lot more.
That's one of the great things about comic book characters, right? Doesn't matter what race or religion you are, they speak to everybody. Now everybody's got their favorites, and It's just never really an issue, per se. I just find it odd that I guess people are making a big deal out of it. But that is the culture we live in, I suppose. But I guess a Black Panther should be black, though, you know. That's just my opinion on it. I guess I'm a purist that way. When it comes to comic books. I like the old comic
More we
books.
do now. And you'd see little girls, all different races dressed as characters that were different from them, and nobody cared. So that's your favorite princess. That's fine.
I feel represented. I feel seen. I can be a Black Panther too. Anyway, this is legit. So this is a Katima. It's Marvel Knights, The World to Come, Volume 1. So this is something that's going to happen in the future in the main Marvel 616. So Joe Quesada did this. And yeah, they said that in the near future, T'Challa is going to find himself challenged for the Wakandan throne and for the Black Panther mantle by the heir apparent, his blonde-haired, white-skinned son, Katima.
Oh.
Wow. That's crazy. I mean, look, they've had
That description. That's like a full-on Aryan description. It's like almost exact opposite of what the Black Panther typically is, right? But I guess he has a son that is white. Figured he'd be mixed, but who knows? Maybe his mother's genes are more prevalent. Maybe we'll find out.
they've had white characters obviously in Black Panther before, but like Black Panther himself, to the best of my knowledge, the Black Panther has never been a white guy. So
I just thought this is not good. I wish Blue Sky knew, because I would love to see the comment.
yeah, I was looking. I don't think the reality's sunk in yet until this hits the stands.
I'm just surprised that they went there. I mean, I think it's just fair. You do it every other character, so why not this character too? Even though everybody used to joke that'll never happen. They'll never race swap Black Panther. And, oh my God.
Maybe this is a sign that things like nothing's off the table. They're bringing the Punisher back. They're bringing Frank Castle back. They're bringing the logo back. And Christopher.
Now, the Punisher, they gender swapped at one point. Or didn't they have a female Punisher? I can't remember who played the actress that played it. But yeah, they gender swapped Punisher for a while, so.
Christopher Priest is a black guy. He's writing it. And Joe Quesada. I mean, maybe they're like, you know what? Everybody's been complaining that we can't race swap the other way. Let's do it and see what happens.
He's challenging for the mantle. It doesn't mean
he's challenging. I mean, I'm sure he's not gonna get it, but it's just like the fact they even went there tells me this is no longer 2020, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like this would have been unthinkable a couple of years ago.
It'll probably be that he's not really his son. He's Hydra or something, and
he's Hydra,
and he probably
they're all Nazis.
He's best friends with Elon Musk, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, right.
He's evil. Kind of it'll go like that.
I bet he's monetized on X.
Speaking of Elon Musk, it was funny to me the other day. Somebody was like mad about, I forget about something that they were mad about, and they were saying about me and about being a Republican at an Elon dick rider. And I was like, you clearly don't watch our videos because you would know that's not true either. Continue.
I'm going to continue. Yeah. So this is come from Marvel Knights. So they're bringing back Marvel Knights, unless never left and nobody cared about it. But, The World to Come flings readers into the near future of the Marvel Universe to find Wakanda embroiled in political unrest as a new resistance group known as the Aquamarines. What? That doesn't sound very tough.
Sorry, that sounds like
topazes and
it's
the garnets.
Yeah. Steven Universe.
Wages an ongoing coup against the country's traditional ruling regime. Okay. As to how the world's most advanced nation finds itself in a state of disarray, it soon revealed that the heart-shaped dominoes began to fall when its current king T'Challa is met with a formal combat challenge by his son Katima. I think it's Katima, I don't know. A formidable masked warrior who has found himself fed up with his father's indifference toward his people's autonomy. He proves himself to be a competent warrior. T'Challa finds himself unable to bring the challenge to an end, as thanks to his son's adamant refusal to voluntarily surrender. The only way to do so would be to kill him. Well, he's not going to kill him because, hey, Dad, mistaking his father's mercy as patronization, Katima ultimately brings things to a close after he flies into a rage, as white men are prone to do.
Right. And he said, "Hail Trump." And he put his red hat
my
on.
God.
He's got his MAGA hat on.
That was a crazy statement. Oh,
Doing so,
goodness.
taking his father by surprise and dropping him with a brutal 3-hit combo. Okay, so he's a badass. And then he proclaims himself king. I am king now because he beat T'Challa. I'm king. Wakanda is mine. The new Black Panther proceeds to remove his mask. And oh my God, it's a white dude.
That's
Wow.
funny.
Well, I think that's pretty much how Succession's done in Black Panther universe. Right, through ritualized combat and whatnot. If I remember the movie correctly, that's how they did it too.
Wow. I can't believe
it's his, and then it's gonna run into the ground because that's what white men do.
So now they're trying to figure out, who the mom is, and apparently he divorced. See, I missed this because I've been reading Black Panther in years because all of it got weird. But yeah, so he was married to Storm. And apparently they got divorced. Like that was the whole. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, how you gonna explain that to your to people? Be like, well, T'Challa's, he likes him a little paler, I guess.
Usual stuff.
If it turns
like
out
a normal person, he isn't judged by color. But
yeah, right. Maybe he clicked with a pasty ass mom. I don't know. But this is weird. This is a very I think it's funny. I think it's absolutely hilarious because I could see it again going either way, being like, okay, well now we are free to race swap because we did this, and this is the one they told them they would never have the balls to do.
I know, but they did it. Well, they're.
Well, you're gonna have people on both sides be upset every time they do a race swap. That's just inevitable. Yeah, but something like this, I think it's a bold move. If it works, that's great. If it works, I have no feelings for or against it. As long as the story's still good and still holds true, I guess. And that goes with anything, really. Yeah, I know how you feel, pal. But it's not just Marvel is doing it. It's like a lot of franchises are race swapping stuff nowadays, or even gender swapping. It's all becoming interchangeable. What matters to me is the story, right? If the story's still good, if it's still believable, stuff like that. Especially when it comes to like movies and whatnot. Because, be honest, right? We all read comic books for the story. We all want to be entertained. We all want to be good. As long as they're not trying to force, I guess, unwanted issues that don't belong in the comic book along with it, the worse it works, right?
Allegedly did it, but yes.
Yeah, I'm sure T'Challa will be Black Panther.
I guess that's what I wouldn't believe it until I see it, but we're already seeing pictures of it. I just can't believe.
No, this is real. I know this is real because I know.
The balls that it would take to actually do it. I mean, it's kind of impressive, actually.
It is an impressive feat because I'm sure that there will be all kinds of backlash.
Because you're allowed to race swap everybody else, but you're never allowed to race swap somebody that's black. Let's be honest. That's how it's been set up. You can race swap Asian people, you can race swap white people, you can race swap Hispanic people, but you're not allowed to ever race swap black people.
One example I can think of, only one.
Nick Fury.
Huh?
Oh, he's white. He'd be playing black.
No, well, actually, Ultimate Nick Fury was black guy. No, I was Baxter Stockman from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, that's it. Baxter Stockman.
That's the only one I could think of. But I guess maybe they didn't race swap him because they turned him into a ginger.
Okay, so it's same. We're all the same. Yeah.
But this is.
So how does that work? Being a ginger, I don't get that reference. maybe it goes back to the Harry Potter one. I'm not quite sure.
This is wild. Like, I mean, I have to give props to Marvel for having the balls to do this.
I know,
I
right?
have to give props to Marvel for having the balls to bring the Punisher.
I know what you mean, pal. It does get quite confusing. But it's also become the norm too, it seems.
Actual Punisher back with the logo and everything.
It's not about balls. It's about dollar signs. Because people are
Maybe.
going to buy the shit out of this one.
They're gonna buy the shit. I'm
I
tempted to buy
guarantee you
this.
they're going to buy it. They're going to buy. If you're tempted to buy it, then people are going to buy it and they know it. And it's going to be a gimmick and it's going to be some. Like,
I'm sure.
Well, he's not really his son. He lied or something like that because he's, far
It's
right
cultural
Nazi.
appropriation.
Yeah.
It's like it's just a Nazi pretending to take it. I'm sure there's going to be some angle or whatever, but just the fact that they're willing to go there.
They wouldn't go there unless they had some angle to slap someone down. If they don't, I'll be completely shocked.
So I don't know. Okay, so Marvel, fix the X-Men, for God's sake, fix the X-Men. The X-Men should be selling over 100,000 every month. Fix the X-Men. And let's get Spider-Man, Mary Jane.
Yeah.
That
I still think that's a Disney mandate, though. I still think.
I'm wondering. I am wondering because they come up with like all these cockamamie excuses, and that whole thing went down not long after, or I think it was maybe it was right before Disney bought them. But I'm just like, yeah, fix Spider-Man, fix the X-Men. You fix the Punisher. I mean, get rid of the people that are causing problems in the industry. I think at this point they are freaking out. I think they're like, hey, Diamond's gone. Our sales are down. Disney's breathing down our necks to course correct things. Yeah, we're going to have to do what we can do to sell comics. I mean, that's how it used to be back in the day. They do all these wild stunts. And yeah, some of the stunts I think were predatory because they're just trying to get people to buy multiple covers or, whatever. But it was good for sales. And God knows they need sales right now. So
yeah, and they have to do something drastic to try to get those up. So
yeah. So who knows? Who knows, guys? Maybe they're learning. They're learning slow because things are kind of not good right now. But I don't know.
What would the whole meeting be? Hey, you know that meme? Let's do that.
Pretty much. I mean, that's again. Do I think this is a stunt? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to be politically charged? Well, we're talking about political unrest. Absolutely. But just the fact that in 2025, Marvel had the balls to do this at all.
Well, the very fact that you're saying that okay, we were talking about that takes balls to do that, but it's completely okay to do it for everybody else. What I mean, right there, it's the double standard's ridiculous.
Well, it tells me that they're not concerned about the cancel culture mob anymore because
I wish Blue Sky knew. I would love to see them flip out. I mean, I'm sure that'd be another video later.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what the reactions are to this, but the initial reaction from me is like, and it's written by a black guy, Christopher Priest, but he was on the receiving end of cancel culture too. They were trying to get him because he wasn't toeing the line with the way things are, supposed to be in comics. You have to do it this way. You're a black guy, right? So you got to think of the way we all think. All the white Karens and all the white liberal effeminate men. You have to think like us, right?
Yeah, that always makes me mad when it's like, all the allies and they're usually a bunch.
And that's a crazy take. People shouldn't be forced to think like other people. But that's just my opinion on that.
The allies,
white Karens
the allies
screaming about, your rights, but then they won't listen to you when you tell them what you actually think. It always amuses me. Are we gonna wrap this up?
We're gonna wrap it up. I might have to pick this issue up just to see what the hell is going on. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.
Bye.